This one actually related to the concept only, what you know. You said you know this concept. So related to that concept only, we have to solve this problem. Will you try or will I try?
We will try, sir.
Then, okay. So according to that formula, number of waves n is equals to in a medium T into mu by lambda in air. Okay. So in the first medium, I write n is equals to T, thickness is T only, into mu is 1.5 by lambda. Lambda in air, I am taking it as lambda nana. This is in the first glass slab. And in the second glass slab, using the same formula, the number of waves in the first part means N1 in the second glass slab. Number of waves here, N1, there N2. N1 plus N2 should be again equals to N. Okay. Here the number of waves in the first glass slab, N1 is equals to, according to the formula, T into mu. T here is T by 3. Into mu is mu1. I don't know. By lambda, same wavelength here also he is using. Okay. By lambda, N1, and here N2 in the second glass slab will be, according to the same formula, T. T is 2T by 3, second glass slab, into mu. Mu is here given as 1.6 by lambda. Okay. And here and there, same number of waves are passing through the glass slab, means N1 plus N2 should be equals to N. Very simple. By equating, you will get the answer. Okay. So here T into 1.5 by lambda, this is N, is equals to N1 plus N2, means in both I take directly T and lambda common, T by lambda. And here I write mu1 by 3 plus there I will get 2 into 1.6, 3.2 by 3 I will get here. So straight away you will get the answer. This is 4.5 by taking the cross multiplication common LCM. Minus 3.2 is equals to mu1. Then you will get the answer mu1 is equals to 1.3. Okay. This is one model, Nana. Okay. This is important model only. Right. Related to how to find the number of waves in a given medium and how to interleave if two media are given. Okay. Right. And then second model, here, suppose this is one glass slab. Okay. It is placed on a paper. Okay. And here there are few letters or one dot is there on the paper, means ink dot. That one you are seeing from the top almost normally. Okay. Viewing normally. And here the refractive index is mu and the thickness of glass slab is T. Where the letters appear, you know that model, very simple also. The apparent depth of those letters from the top surface will be, since the letters are refracting through this medium, so they will be appeared a bit close to the surface at a depth here. The apparent depth, you know the formula, T dash is equals to T by. So I'm not discussing that model. Okay. Suppose the refractive index of this medium changes with the depth, means variable refractive index, suppose they give variable refractive index, and that too here by considering it as x-axis and this vertical line as y-axis. Here this is y-axis, x-axis and y-axis, and here the glass slab, why? Because you are viewing from the top. The refractive index from top to bottom, here it changes. Okay. And that one here from the top, the refractive index changes as from here now. And means you are putting y is equals to 0 there. From there, here the refractive index changes. Mu is equals to like 1 by 1 plus y by, suppose its thickness is T, y by T. Okay. means refractive index changes like this, okay, with the depth y, right? Then what will be the apparent depth of those letters if they ask, okay? Then how to solve? Do you know this model, Nana? In this case, if the refractive index is variable, Nana, directly you can't use the formula T dash is equals to T by this mu. Directly you can't write T is equals T dash is equals T by mu is 1 by 1 plus y by h. Okay, or y by t. The depth is given as. So in this case, what to do, sir? If something is variable, we know logically one point, we have to use some integration method. That we know. But how to apply that integration method if something is variable? Okay. So if you come to that concept here, suppose this is thickness and mu is changing continuously. That's why what I am doing in this thickness, total thickness T, at certain depth y, okay, I am using one small region, okay, of glass slab of thickness dy. Okay, means here what is the concept of using integration at a depth y? You are assuming one layer means here actually the refractive index mu is equals to, I have to write 1 by 1 plus y by t. Why? Because I assumed at a depth y from the top. And clearly I mentioned top is considered, means here we are considering it as origin, not this point. Okay, considering that as y equals to 0. So here at that point I know mu is equals to 1 by 1 plus y by t. So here I am assuming certain thickness means from here to there the variable mu, okay, is almost constant. That is the meaning generally while assuming in our physics. So here this surface of thickness dy will be appeared at what depth? Okay, that one generally what we write the apparent depth of that part. Okay, apparent depth means dt dash. Okay, will be like what we write according to the formula T by mu. T, here we are assuming the thickness of this layer as dy. So dt dash is equals to dy. Okay, this layer will be appeared at what depth? Okay, so T, thickness of this one is dy by mu, mu at that point here is 1 plus y by t. Okay, so here this is the surface, what am I assuming? That surface when I say from here, from means by keeping my eyeball here, okay, the bottom will be appeared at what depth I calculated, means considering this as thickness. The thickness I considered as dy. So the thickness T I substituted dy, and here and there the mu is same, okay, in our assumption. Okay, so here mu will be 1 plus y by 1 by 1 plus y by t. Okay, that thing what I did here, Nana. If you understand this one, then for the total part, what will be the apparent depth? Okay, means a t dash. Directly you can do by doing the integration. That's it, very simple. So integral dy by 1 plus y by t. Okay, the integration all of you know. T is constant, Nana, total thickness. So here it is appear like 1 plus ax. So log here what I have to write 1 plus y by t by 1 by t. Okay, the integration of that part, which is equals to what I write t into log 1 plus y by t. Okay, where he kept the letters, Nana? At the bottom. Bottom means at a depth of t. So the integration we have to do from here, we have to do from here to there. Here to there means from 0 to there, y value there y is equals to t. So limits are 0 to t now. Therefore, you are getting t into log here, first upper limit 1 plus t by t. T by t is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 minus log here the lower limit is 1 plus y is 0 log 1 you will get after substituting the limits. Log 1 value you know that equals to 0. Therefore, the answer is t dash is equals to t log 2. Okay, this log 2 is not 0.3010, Nana. This is log base e. So the final answer is log base e 2. Log 2 value is 0.69 into t. This is t dash. Means approximately 0.7 times to the depth of that part. It is up here. Okay. So after finding out, even though if they ask what will be the shift from the bottom, shift is total minus t dash. So if they ask here in this year, if they ask what will be the shift of those that ink dot, shift will be after finding out t dash minus t is the shift. Sorry, t minus t dash is the shift. Why? Because t is greater than t dash. Okay, so you can say the answer there. Okay, approximately 0.37. Right? Okay. And this is one model related to, means just today what we discussed related to one, the number of waves, other apparent depth. In that apparent, it is the known model. Here, if the refractive index is variable, if they give, then how to solve, I explain. Okay. And here, related to this variable refractive index. Okay. You may ask, really is this variable refractive index model important, sir? Why? Because it is related to little bit integration. So really is it important, sir? Yes, I say. Why? Because the mirages and looming in cold countries, both are related to actually what the variable refractive index only. In deserts, why the mirages are formed? Okay, because of variable refractive index of air from layer to layer. That's why in IP also what we say, when light ray coming from sun or from one object, okay, tall object somewhere here, the light is coming. Suppose this is one tall light is coming, it refracts while coming towards the surface of earth, they bend towards the normal. Why? Because when we come to the surface of earth, the temperature increases, so refractive index decreases. So light is appeared to come from denser medium to rarer medium, bends away from the normal, away from the normal, away from the normal, and gets total internal reflection. Okay. So look at here, mirages are formed because of variable refractive index of air. So it is just IP concept. Okay. So here, related to that variable refractive index, okay, here, why don't they ask, my question is, why don't they ask the concepts like apparent depth or where the light will come out of the surface? Means here, while refractive index decreases, so here it is getting total internal reflection, means at what depth it gets the total internal reflection. Why don't I ask? Okay, they are important models only. So here, related to this mirages concept, okay, suppose one question, if they ask like this, how, suppose he said, right, this is one glass slab. Again, its refractive index changes, and its refractive index changes with the thickness. Suppose given as mu is equals to A minus B into T. Okay, where A and B are constants, Nana, right? And here from the top surface, the light incidence here like at an angle of incidence 60 degrees. He get clearly angle of incidence. Okay, and he is not asking the angle of refraction here. Okay, what he is saying, find the maximum depth that it can travel through the glass slab. Okay, maximum depth means that you have to understand while going deep into, by considering here t is equals to 0 now, same time. Okay, here it is going into the denser medium or rarer medium. Okay, look at if you put t is equals to 0 here, mu is equals to a initially here. If you go deep into, then mu will be a minus bt, means if you substitute some value t here, you are subtracting something from a. You are subtracting means mu value will be decreased. So when you increase the depth there, if you increase the t from the top, depth there, then obviously mu decreases from this equation. Mu decreases means just like what I said, Miralles model. The refractive index decreases while coming towards the bottom. Means the light is entering from denser to rarer gradually. Denser to rarer means it bends actually away from the normal, away from the normal, away from the normal, and may get some total internal reflection somewhere here. Okay. So at certain depth, it is getting total internal. Do you know this model, Nana? Okay.
No, sir.
Okay, Nana. Right here. Suppose he is asking, the light can go up to what maximum depth from the top? What maximum depth means? He is asking this depth. Further, the light is not going deep into. Again, it is coming back. Okay, coming back, trying to come out into air through the glass slab. Okay, from the glass slab. So here, this is the maximum depth. Okay, that is suppose maximum depth. T max is suppose some x. If I take that, x is equals to how much he is asking. Okay, in this case, to find out the maximum depth, very simple, Nana. Okay, it is related to, it is actually very simple question related to the Snell's law. Here actually the light is coming from air. Air means here refractive index is equals to 1. And after going deep into the glass slab, it is getting at this depth the critical angle, Nana, grazing, and further it takes total internal reflection. So here it is trying to graze the surface while coming from denser to rarer. Here with the normal, the light ray, the tangent drawn here makes an angle called as critical angle, general what we say. Okay. So here, and that is the angle of incidence. And finally, this is inside the medium. And here, okay, it grazes the face means with the normal, the angle of refraction here r is equals to 90 while grazing the surface, that you know actually while grazing. So I can apply the Snell's law like if I know the refractive index at this depth, okay, then mu sin c is equals to, I can write again mu into sin r. But problem is here variable refractive index, I don't know the mu here. Okay, but at this depth I know the mu, which is actually a minus bt. Here I know. Okay, at this point below that line. So how to use the Snell's law, sir? Snell's law, the advantage is between any 2 points you can apply the Snell's law. So here at this, in this glass slab, here mu1 into sin I, that is 1 into sin 60, means I am applying the Snell's law here. Mu sin I is equals to, here I don't know mu, so I am not writing this is equals to mu into sin c. Okay, so at the depth t, here I know the mu, which is equals to a minus bt mu into sin r. R is equals to 90. Okay, so apply the Snell's law. Mu1 sin I is equals to mu2 into sin r. Okay, this sin I means sin 60 is √3/2. Here mu is equals to, actually you know, a minus bt is the formula, a minus b into that t is, I am considering as x, that x is equals to how much he is asking. So a minus bx into sin r is 90. Okay, therefore you are getting the answer very simple in a short way. Straight away you can say the answer here as √3/2 is equals to a minus bx. So here directly you can say what is x? Bx is equals to 2a/√3 and x is equals to 2a/√3b. Sorry, this is wrong, absolutely wrong. Okay, what is this nonsense? √3/2 minus or a minus root 3 by 2 is equals to bx. Therefore, x is equals to a by b minus root 3 by 2b. Okay, this is the answer now. Okay, so what is the depth? If they ask directly, you can solve. Okay, in this year, if they give the values of a and b like 2 minus 1.5 t, then directly you can see the answer here. Okay, this is one model related to the concept of mirages now. Okay, and related to this variable refractive index previously given in one exam. One exam means practically speaking advanced. In advanced exam, he asked one question like this is suppose one glass slab, Nana, and its thickness is given as 1 meter. Okay, and light is coming from air and finally coming into air. Means by side considering this the x and y coordinates here. The light is coming from here, grazing the surface, means the angle of incidence with the normal, means if I put the glass slab. This is the glass slab whose thickness varies with y coordinate, not with x coordinate, varying with the y coordinate. Here, thickness is given as 1 meter. Okay, light enters from here like this. Okay, and there in that problem, how the mu changes with y coordinate. He gave here as like mu is equals to y power 3 by 2 plus 1 under root. Okay, mu changes with y like this setup. Okay, then the question is, while coming, look at another, light is entering from here means we have to consider the y coordinate as 0 from here. Okay, like in previous problems, light enters from here means we are taking the y coordinate here 0. In the same way, this is y is equals to 0. And look at the light is, when y is equals to 0, here mu is equals to 1 nana, by putting y 0. But if you increase the y coordinate, mu increases. Mu increases means light is appeared to enter into denser medium. Denser medium means it bends towards the normal. Okay, towards the normal means it won't bend like this. This is away from the normal. Towards the normal means it bends like this, point to point, bend, and somewhere it tries to come up like this, following one path, point to point, point to point. Okay. In diagram, it is appeared like a parabola. We have to prove that it is a parabola. Okay, and here it comes out means that point, while coming out from that point, what are the coordinates in coordinate system, xy coordinate system? And here, what will be the angle of refraction, okay, when it tries to come into air? From here, it tries to come out now. While coming out, suppose it comes out like this with the normal, what is the angle of refraction? He is asking. Okay, so in this model, Nana, do you solved this problem, Nana? In your here in this case, okay, few concepts you can apply from this problem, Nana, right? To find out the coordinates, main disadvantage here is we have to find out the relation between x and y first. Why? Because he's asking the coordinates here means at this point already you know y coordinate. Y coordinate is 1. So to find out x, I need a relation between x and y. Need a relation means I have to get is it actually part of circle or a part of ellipse. Ellipse means parabola. Part of ellipse, either parabola or one arc, part of circle. Okay, like x square plus y square is equals to r square model, or y and x relation. If you get parabola type of equation, then you will get the two coordinates. Okay, to find out that relation here, the problem is at some point, okay, arbitrary in its path, somewhere. I don't know even the coordinates here. At that some point, suppose if you draw a tangent, Nana, that tangent with x-axis makes some angle theta. Okay, and that using that theta you can write slope. Means I'm going into mathematics a bit. Slope here for at that point I can write slope means actually tan theta is equals to dv by dx, Nana. Okay. So here slope y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. But that is in mathematics I write dy by dx is equals to tan theta. Okay. We've come to from mathematics to physics. Here at that point, okay, the light is traveling tangentially like this means at that point. We have to measure at that height y, what will be the angle of incidence? Angle of incidence means we have to measure with the normal, not with the tangent. Normal means here, this is the angle of incidence I. Okay. So below this line, it is air. Below that line, you know the, suppose if you know the refractive index, then you can use the Snell's law there now. Here it is air. Okay, and it is grazing while entering into the glass slab. Grazing means with the normal, it is making an angle 90 degrees here. So if I apply the Snell's law, mu1 sine I, mu1 air means 1 into sine I is 90 degrees here, angle of incidence with the normal. Okay, and there I don't know the mu value, but mu relation something given here, which is mu into, there the angle of incidence is I can write mu sine I. Means I am getting 1 into sine 90 is 1. So mu sine I is equals to 1 I am getting. Okay. Where mu is equals to, he gave one equation there, root of y power 3 by 2 plus 1. Okay, this is mu into sine I is equals to 1. Okay. To get the relation, I don't want the relation between I and y now. I need a relation between y and x. So I try to convert this I in terms of theta. Why? Because if I write in terms of theta, I know the relation between y and x here. So look at this triangle. I plus theta from the right angle triangle, I can write is equals to 90 degrees. Why? Because this is 90 degrees, altogether 180 degrees. So I plus theta is equals to 90 degrees means I is equals to 90 minus theta, I can write there. So this will be root of y power 3 by 2 plus 1 into sine I. Sine I is cos theta. Okay. So I is equals to, I'm going to substitute 90 minus theta there. Okay. So sine 90 minus theta is cos theta equals to 1. Right. So here, this is like dy by dx is equals to, actually, you know what, sine theta by cos theta. Okay. Means here tan theta you require straight away, you can say. Okay. From here cos theta is equals to 1 by root of y power 3 by 2 plus 1. Okay. Y power 3 by 2 plus 1 means if it is theta, this is adjacent side by hypotenuse root of y power 3 by 2 plus 1. So you can say opposite side will be y power 3 by 2. Okay. So here directly you can say tan theta from this equation, tan theta is equals to opposite side y power 3 by 2 by 1. Okay. So here directly I know the tan theta is equals to, I know the formula dy by dx. So dy by dx is equals to, I'm getting y power 3 by 2. So I think now you got the idea. I'm going to get the relation between y and x by integrating that equation. So here by integrating that equation, this is y power minus 3 by 2 into dy integral, taking that one to the left hand side, is equals to dx, taking to the right hand side, integrating both sides. I will get, this is what, Nana, y power minus half by minus half is equals to x. Okay. So what I am getting, yeah, here, what by, or else x is equals to minus 2 in by root y. I got. Okay. Anything wrong here, Nana, in this problem? What I got? Or else any mistake I did here? 90 minus theta, sin I. Correct only, I think. And then here I think you will get this is 3 by 4. And this is also 3 by 4. And here you will get 3 by 4. And this one will be 1 by 4. Yeah, this is 1 by 4. Means you are getting this is y 4 y power 1 by 4. Yeah, exactly. Right. So it is one equation like the parabolic equation only in your mathematics. So the path followed by it will be like a parabola. And here, of course, we don't want that path. Okay, what we want here at the point, what will be the coordinates x and y? Okay, what will be the coordinates x and y means here the y coordinate already I know, Nana. At this point, the y coordinate is 1. So y is equals to 1, then x is equals to, I'm getting 4. Okay, so it will come out from the glass slab. At what coordinate? The coordinates x comma y is equals to 4 comma 1. This is one answer, what he asked. Okay, so one part is over. And then he is asking what will be the angle of refraction at that point. Okay, angle of refraction means here at this height from the bottom, okay, means at y is equals to 1 meter. What will be the refractive index? If I see there, mu is equals to, according to the formula, root of, as usual, this is 1 power 3 by 2 plus 1, that is root 2 now. Okay, mu is equals to root 2 here. Mu is equals to root 2 there means, like here how I compared below and below. Here also if I compare, okay, here suppose while coming, it is one angle of incidence. Okay, that angle of incidence here, okay, according to this formula, I write 1 into sine 90. Here now, 1 into sine 90 below this surface. Here also below that surface, mu into sine I. Mu is root 2 into sine I. Okay, means I is equals to, you are getting 45 degrees. If they ask the angle of incidence inside the medium while coming out, it is required, Nana. But logically, if you think, later what I have to do, at this point, below the surface, I know mu is equals to root 2 and angle of incidence is sine I. So according to Snell's law, below this line, I have to write mu into sine I should be equals to, it is coming into air. Air means mu into 1 into sine R. Okay, so straight away without finding out this one, this mu 2 into sine I, mu 2 and means root 2 into sine I is equal to there 1 into coming into air into sine R. Since it is equals to 1 into sine 90, I can say straight away R is equal to 90 without finding out I. Okay, sir, already we found I, sir. Okay, again come back to here, root 2 into sine 45 is equal to 1 into sine R. Therefore, R is equals to 90 degrees. Means while coming out here, exactly it makes an angle of 90 degrees with the normal. Means grazing incidence, grazing emergence. Okay, in the glass slab, it enters while grazing the surface, bottom surface, and finally it grazes the surface. In the meanwhile, it follows one parabolic path like this. Okay, this is one previous IIT question in advance, given in advance. Okay, what the concepts here we discussed, if the refractive index changes from point to point with the depth. Okay. So this is one model, Nana. And then here, suppose then here, suppose, I don't know whether you know this model or not. If you know, simply say Nana. I will skip that model. Suppose if you see one model related to refraction and reflection, means like a silver yesterday what I told. Here, suppose this is one concave mirror, okay, and one object is placed in air. So you can say straight away here the light rays incident somewhere after reflection, somewhere the image will be formed. No problem. Okay, this is the object distance. Maybe that is the image distance. Maybe here or there on the other side, depending upon the distance of object from the pole. Suppose here in between the object and mirror, if I place one glass slab of certain thickness, okay, this model is also important, of certain thickness with the refractive index mu, constant, not variable, constant refractive index mu. Then here suppose the radius of curvature means the focal length, object distance are given, the refractive index is given, the thickness is given. Finally, after reflecting, where the image is formed from the pole, if they ask. Okay, do you know this model, Nana? Okay, right. Related to this model, suppose I am giving some information like a numerical here. Suppose the object is placed at a distance of, say, means u, what I'm saying. Okay, u is 21. Given as object distance here in this problem, u is equals to 21 centimeters. The radius of curvature is given as 20 centimeters, and take the refractive index as 1.5 and thickness as 3 centimeters. Nana. Okay. Okay, and here the thickness as 1. How much I told? 1 point, refractive index 1.5, and thickness as 3 centimeters. Thickness T is equals to 1 centimeter, 3 centimeters, and the refractive index is equals to mu is equals to 1.5. Okay, and he is saying there in the question previously given, the distance of nearer surface of the slab from the mirror, okay, is 1 centimeter. Okay, I don't know why he gave this information. The nearer surface of the glass slab from the mirror, he gave it as 1 centimeter. So this distance, what he is saying, it is given as 1 centimeter. The nearer surface from the mirror is at a distance of 1 centimeter. Okay. So finally, the question is find the position of final image formed. Okay. This is the question now. In this case, keep in mind, suppose the light ray incidenting on the glass slab. If there is no glass slab, straight away it will go like this. Okay. And will be reflected back. But here problem is one glass slab is there means if you drop the normal here, bends towards the normal. Okay. It is the normal. Bends towards the normal means a bit down here like this. And again will come into air. Air means again parallel to the incident. Means you will try to incident on the mirror like that. Okay. Look at there. When the light is falling on the mirror feels that object is not here. It feels the object distance means this light ray is coming from which point? It is appeared to come from O dash now. Okay, means the object position is shifted towards the glass slab, surface of glass slab. Shifting towards means already you know in case of apparent depth, if the object shifts towards the surface, the shift will be is equals to t dash t minus t dash, which is equals to t minus t by nothing but t into 1 minus 1 by. Okay, towards the surface. So here, due to the refraction in the glass slab, I am finding out a shift, okay, that is t into 1 minus 1 by mu, that I am going to get here. T is given as 3 in the exam. 1 minus 1 by mu, mu is 3 by 2 now. 1 by mu means 2 by 3. Okay, 3 minus 2, I am getting this shift is equals to 1 by cancelling 3. So shift is equals to 1 centimeter. So O dash, I got this is equals to 1 centimeter now. So look at, originally the object is placed at a distance of 21 centimeters from the pole. But for the mirror, the object is virtually appeared at a distance of 21 minus 1. This is 1 nana. 21 minus 1 is, this is equals to 20 centimeters. So while solving this type of numerical, we should not take the object distance as 21 nana. We have to take object distance as 20 centimeters after finding out the shift here. Okay, and that too from the diagram it is shifting towards. Don't put 22 nana. Okay, if you feel that it shifts away, don't write 22. It is 20 only. 21 minus 1, not 21 plus 1. Okay. So here this is 20, and immediately after reflection, suppose the light ray comes like this. And if there is no glass slab, actually it forms the image somewhere here. Okay. After refraction, where it will be formed, later we will check. Okay. So here this is without refraction. Without refraction, straight away suppose it comes like this and forms the image there. Okay. So I'm going to find out for O dash where the image will be formed. Okay. So image distance means using your formula, mirror formula, 1 by V plus 1 by U is equals to 1 by F. Then 1 by V plus 1 by U. U is 20, not 21. That is left side of the mirror, that is minus 20, sign convention. Is equals to, this is concave mirror. Radius of curvature 20 means focal length is 10 nana, r by 2, that is 10 centimeters. So here focal length is negative, that is 10 centimeters. So 1 by V I am getting, this is minus 1 by 10, and here this is plus 1 by 20. This will be minus 1 by 20 nana after taking LCM. So V I am getting minus 20 centimeters. Minus means again the image will be formed on the same side. This is real image, not virtual image. So here on the same side of object I am getting means left side of the mirror I am getting at a distance of 20 centimeters. But again that is not the answer now. Why? Because again while passing through the glass slab you are finding out some refraction. Okay. That refraction, to understand, I will draw the diagram separately here. You can understand very easily. There you see, this is the glass slab, what I placed in the path. After reflection, the light ray is coming like this. And here it is the normal, bends towards the normal. And finally, it will try to, here again bends away from the normal. Parallel to this light ray, it will try to come up. It is the supposed principal axis. Means look at here, actually you should form the image somewhere here if there is no glass slab. Okay, but look at, due to the refraction, again it is forming at a distance of I dash, means again due to the refraction there will be some shift. That shift, how much you are getting through the glass slab. Already I found the formula here. So that shift again is equals to 1 centimeter. So here that shift already I found, it is 1 centimeter due to the refraction through the glass slab. So he is asking where the final image is formed. Look at here, from the mirror, already you found till I, this distance as 20 centimeters. Okay, and here this is 1 centimeter, means altogether the final image is formed at a distance 21 centimeters here. Okay, this is the final answer given again like in one, not like in one, this is also given in advanced exam. Okay, so this is one model here when a glass slab is placed in its path of light rays falling either on concave mirror or convex lens. Convex lens means the image will be formed on the other side. Okay, so there if it is actually, I am not muting every time, Nana. It is happening. I don't know why it is happening in the system. Okay, sorry again for the inconvenience. And again, what I am telling here, this is one glass slab, convex lens. And here, suppose one glass slab is placed. Look at in this case, Nana, if the object distance is greater than focal length, then immediately image will be formed on the other side, Nana. Okay, so here in this model, same type. If they ask for convex lens, what I'm saying, you can take only one shift from O to O dash. Here there is no glass slab, and directly you can say whatever you are getting by taking O dash to P as the object distance. Okay, by subtracting the shift T into 1 minus 1 by mu, you can say whatever you are getting the answer like this, that will be the final answer. Okay, but if U is less than the focal length, Nana, then you may get some confusion. Okay, what type of confusion, sir, we will get here? Problem is here the mistake what generally we commit while solving the numericals. Suppose this is the object and here I placed the glass slab and this object distance is less than the focal length. Then you know the condition here. If the object distance, particularly for a lens, is less than the focal length, the image will be virtual. For convex lens, I'm saying virtual and formed on the same side. So here, generally, what the student feel, this is the refraction, and here this is the shift. Till here, we know, sir, we can find O to O dash, and this is considered object distance. We will find out B till here. Okay, sir, after refraction, suppose the light ray goes not towards the principal axis, away from the principal axis. Again, this, look at here, sir. This one, if I extend, again, I am passing that light ray through the glass slab. So here, in that case, if I take the glass slab here, okay, after refraction, this is going like this, sir. So the light ray is going like that, sir. So here, if I extend back, again due to refraction, instead of forming the image here, again can I say like in the previous problem, finally it may come somewhere here, sir, I dash. So after finding out V, again I add the shift and may I say 20, suppose the answer is 20, 20 plus 1, 21 centimeters in this case. Okay, if you ask that question, then I say you are absolutely wrong, Nana. Why? Because here this light ray after refraction is not passing through the glass slab. Okay, not passing through the glass slab really. Okay, to find out the location of image, you are extending the light ray back. Okay, so it is virtual line. The real line is not passing through the glass slab. The real line is not passing through the glass slab means there will not be any shift here. So straight away, whatever you are getting the answer, that is the final answer here. Okay, it is the case of convex lens and previously it is the case of concave. Here I have to find out I dash, Nana. Why? Because after reflection, really the light ray is passing through the glass slab refracted, and finally real image is formed here at I dash. But this is not real image, it is virtual image. That is the problem. That's why while solving the problem, try to find out, Nana, whether the final object distance is greater than f or less than f. Okay. Luckily in IIT also he gave the object distance as greater than the focal length. That's why what we did here is correct. Okay. So here in exams, particularly in advanced model exams, you won't find any repetence. So he may change the question like this. What by changing the object distance which is less than the focal length. Okay. Suppose in this problem the focal length I am getting f is equals to 10. Instead of giving the object distance as 21, if he says the object is at a distance of say some 9 centimeters, then total problem will be changed. Okay. We have to take only one O to O dash, one shift, not the other shift at the image location. Okay, understood this model, Nana? I say actually sometimes we see some beauty in physics, not in mathematics. Here, look at in the question, there is no numerical information. Okay, he did not give the length of this part, not the length of this part, not the angles here, and any information, not even the mu of this medium. Mu is also unknown. Means there is no numerical information. Just he said normal to the surface. That's it. Okay. Emerges normal to the surface. No numerical information, but he is asking what will be the numerical values of ABC. Without the numerical information, we are getting some numerical answer. Okay. So in this case, here, according to the question, he said the light ray incident normally on the surface AB. Means with the normal only we measure the angles now. Means angle of incidence is equals to 0. So angle of refraction also will be 0. That's why without any refraction, straight away the light ray will fall on the surface AC. Okay. And he is saying it is not coming out of this surface. Clearly he mentioned 2 TIRs are undergoing here. 2 total internal reflection means it will get some total internal reflection here like this and falling on AB. And again here one more total internal reflection you are getting. Okay. And here one more total internal reflection and finally comes out through the base normally. While incidenting on this surface, normal incidence. Okay. Why? Because it should come out normally means while coming out, the angle of emergence should be 0. Means here the angle of incidence with the normal should be 0. Otherwise, it won't come out normally. That's why I have to take here after getting the second TIR, total internal reflection here, I have to take normally like this. Okay. If you assume the diagram, means if you predict the diagram properly, then very easy to get the answer now. So here, if you take the normal at this point to measure the angle of incidence and angle of reflection, that normal is exactly, look at here, which is parallel to the incident light ray. Why? Because it is the normal incidence. Okay. And in this case, here R1 at the surface is equals to 0. And here, if you drop a normal to this surface, okay, it is the normal. And here, the light ray after reflecting, suppose it comes to here, and finally comes out like this from here. Okay. It is the better one. And here it is the point, second TIR, and it is the normal. Okay, there it is the normal, N1 and N2, normals drawn to the surface, AC and AB. And here at the surface with the normal, the angle of refraction at this point is 0. And here angle of refraction, this is R2. And in a prism, you know, in the derivation of that refractive index in IPG, the relation between angle here, okay, why? Because these two are refracting surfaces now. Light is incident there, light is refracting or reflecting there. Means between these two reflecting and refracting surfaces, The angle is called as angle of prism. Angle of prism is equals to, we know one formula, R1 plus R2. Okay, R1 is 0. R1 is 0 means here R2 should be equals to A. Okay, R2 is A means obviously angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. So here this is also R2 which is equals to A. And look at here, Nana, these two are parallel lines, the incident light ray and the normal N2. Parallel lines means the angles made by this line should be equal, alternating angles. So here the total angle will be 2R2. So here the alternating angle with the normal parallel line should be equals to 2R. Again here, this is getting total internal reflection means, again angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. This should be 2R2. Okay. If it is 2R2, then the angle here will be this angle, what I am saying, total 90 degrees, Nana. With the surface, it is normal. 90 degrees means this angle, I can say 90 minus 2R2. If it is 90 minus 2R2, then it is already 90. So the angle B, I can write, is equals to 2R2. Why? Because total angle should be 180. 180, this is 90. So angle, sum of these two angles should be 90. Means 90 minus 2R2 plus B is equals to 90. So B is equals to 2R2. B is equals to 2R2 means C is also equals to 2R2. Means look at here, angle B is 2, R2 is A, 2A, angle C is also 2A. Total angle in the prism is 180 degrees. So A plus B plus C should be equals to 180 angles. So here angle A plus angle B, 2A plus angle C, 2A, total 5A is equals to 180. That implies angle A is equals to, straight away you are getting 180 by 5, which is 36 degrees. Angle A is 36 means you can say B and C also. Why? Because B is equals to 2A. So angle B is equals to angle C is equals to 2A, that is 72 degrees. Okay. So finally we get the numerical answers, Nana. This angle is 36 and these two are 72 and 72 without giving any numerical information in the question. Okay. This question given previously in all types of exams and very important for us. Okay, this is one model related to the prism, Nana. Understood this question, Nana?